mine.
Yeah, I mean, like, let's do this Project Power. All I know is that if this was real, I'd be taking pills left and right. That's just me, though. That's just me.
My spirit animal's a liger. What does that mean? What do I turn into? I get to grow stripes?
So I grow into the laziest cat animal there is. Big cat.
little kids would want to like pet me for some reason.
Your superpower, you're just like, I'm just gonna lay down.
Knowing my luck,
a lot of afternoon naps.
Yeah,
knowing my
what's your superpower? He's napping.
Knowing my luck, I'll take the pill and I'll just be like that crazy octopus double jointed guy, just waving like flapping around everywhere.
Oh yeah, that was weird.
Not impressive. All right, fellas, here we go. 3, 2, 1.
Hey,
welcome back to the nightcap.
Oh hey, what's going on, guys? Welcome back.
Hey, welcome back.
Hey, cheers, guys. We're back for another round.
Salud.
Oh man, summer heat didn't get us yet.
Oh, it's getting me right now. It's taking away my superpowers right now.
I'm drinking some cider tonight to stay cool. You know, it's a hot night, hot summer night.
Nice. Lemonade, seltzer.
Okay. Yeah, I'm drinking. I'm still trying to get through that 30 pack of Truly, and it's really helping me cool down right now because it's. Like,
what number is that? Is that like number 13? What number? You still got a ways to go?
No, that's like 33. I'm pretty sure he refilled.
I don't know. I don't know if I re-upped when I wasn't checking, but it's.
One drunk night, he's like, you know what I need? I need more Truly.
You know, we're gonna need more movies to get through that pack, right?
We gotta start pumping these out. Game.
We gotta start pumping them out, man. Otherwise, we better hope your superpower is pounding those things because I ain't gonna drink them.
They're hard.
What are we doing tonight, guys? What are we doing tonight?
Well, we're doing the newest blockbuster Netflix Project Power. Let's get into it.
Is it Project Power or is it Project Power?
It's Project.
Actually,
it's project.
In the beginning, I was calling it Project Power, but yeah, you know what? Maybe you're right.
Project Power is Project.
That's what I thought.
You're projecting yourself.
It says it in the trailer, like when you hover over it and it starts talking about it. Man,
I don't know. Project. I didn't even watch it. I go into these movies just cold. I have no idea what's going on.
I just watched the trailer.
He's like, I couldn't even get the name right. I'm gonna project power.
That's what I thought. Honestly, when I first saw it, I was like, I kept saying that, and then I was like, oh, well, maybe I'm saying this wrong.
Yeah. And you thought right.
Let's get into the synopsis, and then we'll jump into our review. All right, Project Power is a 2020 American superhero film directed by Ariel Schulman, produced by Eric Newman and Brian Uncless, written by Mattson Tomlin, stars Jamie Foxx, Joseph Gordon-Levitt, Dominique Fishback, and Colson Baker, aka Machine Gun Kelly, Rodrigo Santoro, Amy Landecker, and Ellen Maldonado. It follows a drug dealer, a police officer, and a former soldier who team up to stop the distribution of a pill that gives its users superhuman powers for 5 minutes.
5 minutes.
It's like a really intense Viagra. So let's get into it, fellas. What'd you guys think? What'd you guys think of the story? What'd you think of this new take on a superhero flick?
I actually really liked the story. I gave it an 8 out of 10 just because it's pretty unique. Granted, there was like that movie Limitless. Was it Limitless?
Yeah.
Yeah. So that was kind of like it, except really on steroids, pretty much. So I liked it. I liked the little twist. It wasn't really a twist. It was kind of like, oh, we're gonna just pump these out there to test it out on the public to try to sell it to the highest bidder and weaponize it. I kind of like that. It could have just been.
I wouldn't call it a twist. Call it a bad business plan.
Well, it was a bad business plan. I was just getting into that. Like, we're just gonna give out this shit for free, and then
it was an odd choice.
Yes, it was an odd choice, but I still liked it. I was still entertained by it. It was still pretty unique. It wasn't a Marvel movie. It was really, gritty. So it wasn't a typical superhero movie, is what I'm trying to say. So I liked it.
What'd you think, Rich?
Right on. I mean, it's not bad. I really like superhero movies, and it wasn't like a horrible movie. It wasn't the best movie. I kind of like the fact that you get your superpowers from like animals, opposed to just some random kind of superpower like you see with the X-Men and stuff like that. It was a cool little twist on almost like a magic superpower origin story for this particular world, I guess you would call it.
Yeah.
The setting. So it wasn't bad. I gave it an 8. It wasn't horrible, but
oh wow. I ended up giving it a 4. You know, one thing I put here in my notes is another superhero movie. And to be honest, I'm kind of getting a little wrung out. You know, I kind of felt like I was the guy at, Disneyland riding Thunder Mountain, and it's just not giving me the lulls like it used to. You know what I mean? I'm looking at the 10-year-old next to me like, is it doing this for you? Because it ain't doing it for me. I appreciate Netflix's effort. Their movies always look sharp, and we're going to get into production in a second. But it kind of, I don't know. I mean, the whole superpower thing, you get these kind of mutant powers for 5 minutes. I won't even get into the whole science or the consistency behind that. It was kind of ridiculous. But I just wasn't too crazy about it. I almost wish in a sense, and we'll get later in my notes into the directing part, that it was almost more mundane. There was almost a little more, not so much like superhero stuff. But yeah, overall, I only gave it a 4 out of 10. What did you give it, Al, in terms of plot wise?
I still gave it an 8. I still gave it 8 out of 10. Cause yeah, I like I said, I enjoyed it. It wasn't like, you're kind of harping on like it's another superhero movie, but it wasn't a typical superhero movie. Like I said, it wasn't like a Marvel or a DC movie. It was more gritty. It was more, I don't want to say more grounded in real life, because there's no pill to turn you into what your spirit animal is. All right. Yeah. But it wasn't a Marvel movie. Captain America wasn't running around everywhere. So it was, I still liked it, man. I still liked it.
I hear you. And it definitely it was a little bit different, right? Like you said, everyone had their own individual powers, I guess, if you will, that they, didn't know until they took these pills and stuff. So, I mean, there was a little bit more creativity there, but overall, the story itself, I felt was pretty streamlined. It's a father trying to get his daughter back from these evil, bad guys, that are just bad. You know what I mean? Bad. And
bad to be bad.
Then he kind of gets his his little sidekick going there, and they kind of team up to take on these masterminds, and they get by the skin of their teeth. So it felt very familiar right away from the beginning. There wasn't any twists or turns throughout the film, and you kind of went along for the ride, and you're either going for it, you're on board, or you weren't. But let's get into the part that I give the highest score, was the production. These Netflix films, they always look sharp, and overall, I mean, the colors, the cinematography, there's a lot of music in it, a lot of pop music in it, coming in and out. It looked good. I mean, the package is nice. It's shiny. What'd you guys think?
Absolutely. Yeah, absolutely. It's pretty much has the stamp of a Netflix movie. Big budget, extremely polished, really bright, really saturated, which I'm a sucker for. So yeah, I gave the production 18 out of 20, just because it's legit, man. It was the special effects is what anchors this movie, because it was like the meth head Human Torch, he was the Night of Bank Loan. MGK was the Night of Bank Loan. The Invisible Man, like the guy that turned into some sort of like Hulk kind of deal. I don't know what animal that is, but yeah, like the special effects is what really, really anchored this movie to me anyway. How about you, Rich?
I'm kind of stuck on that Hulk guy right now. What animal does do that?
Well, that's what I was saying to Al earlier. I was like, is he Grendel? I wasn't sure what he was supposed to be. All lopsided, kind of going through. I was like, oh my God, where's Beowulf when you knew?
I don't know. Maybe he was some sort of like mutant bear. I don't know. I don't know why I'm doing this.
But maybe it was Bigfoot. Spirit animal is Bigfoot.
The spirit animal is Sasquatch.
I don't know these things.
Sasquatch. Production, you guys said it. I mean, I agree. Netflix, I'm getting impressed with their production value. They put out some really clean, impressive looking things. Just where they kind of fall short on a little bit is just a lot of the movies just seem flat. They just, I don't know. The production's up there great, but they just kind of, they never really ramp up or go anywhere. They're easily forgettable for me. But the production is, God, I can't say it enough. It's fucking beautiful. It's great. I like the superpowers. I like the way they did it. That scene where she freezes, breaks off her hand, a little over dramatic and tough, but at least for, graphics wise and FX wise, that's pretty cool. That scene did annoy the shit out of me, though.
I was gonna say, did we ever figure out which animal that is is able to freeze themselves?
No, they said something about thermokinetic energy.
So maybe she's some sort of lizard, because the lizard can. No, it was a lizard, right? Because Was it? Like, it was a lizard because the lizards can, like, I don't know, man.
I thought lizards grow back their arms and stuff.
Yeah.
Oh, no. It was a frog. Remember, the frog can freeze themselves and then unfreeze themselves and be alive again?
No, I think it was the frog that had the extra bone coming out of his elbow, right? That guy.
Yeah,
that had, like,
yeah, and who could make a weapon out of, like, his bones.
Yeah, I don't know.
I'm sorry, we're trying to. Sorry, guys, we're trying to.
It felt very Terminator 2. That's all I'm gonna say.
Yeah, I'm sorry, guys.
We're trying to spirit animals.
Yeah, we're trying to make a science into, like, how they got their power. And by the way, we're saying spirit animal. That wasn't in the movie. That's just our little theory about, like, how they got their powers.
Like I said, that's more explanation than we got in the movie. So I'm going with spirit animal. Well, one thing I'll say too in this movie, and I mean, I'm kind of hard on it because, like I said, obviously you can tell it wasn't my favorite, but I like the performances. Jamie Foxx he's a good actor, man. And he's very likable, and I thought him and I forget the actress's name, the young girl, Robin's character. I thought they had good chemistry. Her and Jamie playing together, and then also to Joseph Gordon-Levitt's character.
Mm-hmm.
I thought he did pretty good too. Though I was kind of like, I don't know, he was almost too perfect in a sense, like it's for terms of his motivations. I think, like, he's just doing this for his city and he wants to defend his city against these bad guys. That was a little hokey, but overall I thought the performances were pretty good. What did you guys think?
Oh yeah, I actually really like the acting. Like you said, Jamie Foxx, great actor. I can't wait for him to be Tyson. He's gonna be Tyson in the in the bio. Yeah.
Oh, he's gonna be Tyson.
Oh, wow. I didn't know that.
Yeah.
I can easily see him doing that.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, and then he did, like, he kind of played Tyson, like, in the old In Living Color skits. So, and let's not go off on a tangent.
I can't pull those memories out right now.
Yeah. Gordon-Levitt, good job, but actually, and I usually don't like when they try to, like, kind of jam in, like, kids into the storyline. But the acting I liked the most was that Robin. Like, was it Dominique Fish? What was it? Her name?
She has the most character.
She actually did to me anyway. She actually did the best job in acting wise in the whole movie. And I hate that. And I usually don't say that because like I said, I don't like when kids are kind of, like, shoehorned into, like, the plot, just to have, like, a kid there. But she actually did a great job. So actually, I gave the acting 23 out of 30.
Yeah. Nice. How about you, Rich? What'd you end up giving it for your score?
My score, I gave it a 22. So we're actually right in line.
Okay. I think I'm right there with you guys. I mean,
the acting was
22
solid.
as well.
I mean, the acting, you can't really say anything bad about the acting. There wasn't anything that stood out that was bad or anything. Only thing about Gordon-Levitt, only thing I couldn't get out of my head when I was watching this movie is, like, this is when Robin from the Batman movies, you know how he's supposed to become Robin?
Yeah.
It was like, what happens when Robin can't become Robin?
Yeah, right.
Like, his character was so similar, it just couldn't get away from it. It's like, I don't know. But the acting, they're solid actors.
The only thing I would kind of mark against it, and I don't know if this is even maybe something has to do with the actors themselves. Maybe they were working with what they had. The bad guys, they're very cartoonish. Forgot them.
Typical bad guys, right? The bald guy.
Could care less. Yeah, could care less really what their motivations were, and it was just that kind of worked against them. So they didn't really, there wasn't that anchor on the other side, of like, you got the good guys and the bad guys to kind of balance out, and you felt like that teeter-totter of power. You didn't really felt that. You were just waiting for the good guys to win. These guys were just like a paper door they had to go through. And so I think that's something that kind of hurt them. But yeah, overall, I thought the performances were pretty good. Let's get into the directing, the execution of it. Overall, I'm not familiar with this director. If I've seen their movies before, I'm not sure. I don't know, man. It's hard on this one for me. I just, like I said, it's weird because I like the characters, but I wasn't invested. And like I said, kind of teased in the beginning, I almost felt like the superpower thing I almost wish they dialed it back. As great as it looked, on the Human Torch and all this crap, I almost wish they dialed that stuff back, all the shiny stuff back, and more connected you into the whole, like, this is a father going to retrieve, get his daughter back, and then he develops this relationship with Robin's character, and she kind of fills in there. And I wish almost they played off more of those emotions than doing the whole mutant thing. But then again, I don't know. This movie's you can kind of feel this movie's shot at a certain demographic, that kind of teeny bopper, to the, like, 20s age group there. So maybe I just wanted a little more drama, I guess. I don't know. But overall for me, I didn't give it a super high score. I think I give it let me look here. I think I give it an 18.
Yeah. Oh, well, we're pretty close because I gave it a 20. almost for the same reasons. I don't think it was that well paced. There was a lot of scenes that could have maybe been cut out. And like, did I really need 2 scenes that where Robin was freestyling? No. Like, maybe 1 scene. I'll give you 1
That's a
scene where she's
superpower,
rapping.
bro.
Yeah, that's your
That
power.
is your superpower.
That's a superpower.
But I could have 2 scenes. No, 1 scene. I got you. And so this had so much potential in terms story-wise, where the director should have like kind of taken control, saying like, all right, we could cut this out, we could flesh out this character, we could flesh out this idea, but it didn't, and it could have been so much more. But yeah, that's where it fell flat for me. The director could have just did a better job at like kind of like directing it to like a better story, which he didn't.
Yeah.
Yeah,
What'd you think, Rich?
It wasn't bad. I mean, I kind of liked what he was trying to go for, the chaos in the streets and bringing these 3 stories together to almost form their own superhero team. It wasn't horrible. Like, I actually gave it a 23. But, you know, actually, after hearing us talk about these Netflix movies and the directing and always wishing we got more, I'm kind of wondering how much freedom the directors have under Netflix now. Do they have to, like, stick to that script? Because think about it. Old Guard, we said the same thing. Spencer Confidential, we said the same thing. So much potential, but maybe they're trying to reach such a broad audience that they don't want to go too far out of it. I'm just kind of wondering now, because
that's a good point.
To be a running theme now with Netflix movies.
Yeah, that's a good point. And in all their movies, there's always like a certain social themes that are interjected in there. You know what I mean? And you could tell that. So maybe you're right. Maybe there's a lot of hands, in there shaping this movie out, and maybe that's why they all feel kind of, they're not horrible, but they definitely all feel like they have a ceiling because there's just too much. It's not super focused. You know what I mean?
No,
where
it
sometimes
feels like a movie
needs to be.
It's like a movie contained in a cube of a giant demographic to hit all aspects. You know what I mean? They don't really try to achieve
an enigma,
over the top,
wrapped in a riddle,
in a Human Torch.
Unless you're like a heavy hitter, because I'm pretty sure
buried inside of a spirit animal.
That freezes.
I'm sure if you're a heavy hitter, they're not going to restrict you, because I'm pretty sure they didn't restrict Martin Scorsese when he did The Irishman for Netflix. You know what I'm saying?
Good point.
Oh, I've never seen it, so I couldn't tell you if it was
I haven't seen it either, but
it's a long, boring Goodfellas, and I'll leave it at that. So
that's pretty much the take I heard. Yeah. Okay. Well, that makes sense. Well, let's get into the X factors. Let's go ahead. Let's start in reverse order this time. Rich, what did you end up giving in terms of X factor?
I gave it a 3, just because I like the shiny superheroes, and I like the superpowers.
Was there a shiny one that I missed?
Animals. I like shiny. If you can't tell, when things are shiny on the screen, I'm like, ooh, they're guaranteed to get 1 point for that. And another point was the animals, and it was pretty cool. And you know what? That girl could rap, so that's my other point.
Well, we already know that your spirit animal's a cat, so that makes sense. You're consistent.
I do like to nap.
Who doesn't? Al, what's up? What do you got?
Well, what Rich is trying to say is his spirit animal, he's Garfield in human form. So.
Oh no, I'm not Garfield, man. Lasagna gives me heartburn.
Rich always with the corny jokes. I love it. The X Factor, I gave a 1. All right, guys.
Oh, wow.
Damn. You're usually a 10 guy.
Yeah,
I know I am. Here's why I gave it a 1. That one of the later scenes, the guy that had like the frog bone weapon kind of deal, like his power.
Is that his superpower? Frog bone breaker guy?
A horny frog or something.
Yeah.
The horny.
I gave the X Factor such a low score because it bothered me so much that Bone could cut steel. That I was like, there's no fucking way Bone could cut steel. And that bothered me so much that I gave the X Factor 1.
Never saw Wolverine, huh? His original bone claws could cut steel.
And you know what? And that was stupid too. There, I said it. All right,
I agree.
I said it.
I totally agree, and I even put that too, like in my notes, like that. I wasn't going to touch upon the freaking superpowers because they were so nonsensical. I was just going to go off on a negative tangent, but yeah, I ended up giving it a 2. I give it a 2, and really that's for Jamie Foxx and Robin's character. I just thought they were cool. They were likable, and I almost wish that the movie around them was better. You know what I mean? To like to take advantage of it, because I thought they had a cool dynamic, a cool chemistry. And then Joseph Gordon-Levitt too. I thought he did a pretty good job. He's always solid. I mean,
he's solid.
He's a good actor. I mean, honestly.
But I think Netflix, it's time to hang up the whole like we're gonna reinvent the superhero gig and just try something else, man. I don't know. Go back to the drawing board. You make nice shiny movies, but give me a little bit of story. Give me something.
All that being said, if they made a sequel to this, I'd watch it. So
even your one X Factor.
Even your
that guy died. He got killed, so he's not coming back. So his bone thing can't like cut steel anymore.
Did the octopus guy get killed, or was he just?
I think his arm got trapped in the door. That's how they got like stopped him. But otherwise, he was just like flaying around everywhere.
I want to see the old guards fight these mutant drug addicts and see what happens. All right,
that'd be good.
We should pitch that to Netflix, a crossover movie, old guard versus like these guys.
Project Power.
Yeah, Project Power.
Power. The Project Guard.
Yeah. I think we might be onto something here, guys. I'm gonna pitch it. I'm gonna write a strongly worded email to Netflix about this crossover movie.
You know, but don't get all your producers in the hands of our ideas. All right, we're sticking to it. All right, we're the Martin Scorsese's of a movie podcast. All right, maybe one day.
Hopefully one day.
Well, any last thoughts before we call it a wrap on this one? I mean,
what would you guys Netflix film? What would your superpower be? What's your spirit animal?
Ooh, that's a good question. Oh man, I don't know. Here's the thing: is I do like lasagna, so I'd probably destroy it if you're probably Garfield. If I took it to Garfield, I think it'd stand a chance.
Yeah.
I don't know. I wish I could say I'd be like something cool, but knowing me, I'll probably like take the pill and explode.
Jamie Foxx made the pistol shrimp look cool.
Yeah. He did like that. That's
a joke there, but I'm not going to touch it.
I know you can't touch it.
Like I said, like who knows? Why did it have to be cool? Like what happens if you, like I said, if your spirit animal was like a frog or like a snail? You know what I mean? What happens then?
I'll just be.
Or what about an earthworm? You just
like wiggle around.
Wiggle around. You can eat dirt and shit it out of your ass. Look what I can do.
I'm pretty sure you could do that now if you tried.
Yeah, I'm like, that's what we do every day.
I don't dig holes with my mouth.
Okay, and with that being said,
I was gonna say on that note.
On that note, we'll see you next time, guys.
Jimmy Fox.
Have a good night. Keep missing that.
Yeah.